Hey everybody, Radamon here for another episode of Stellaris. So last episode we left off getting ourselves into a little bit of trouble with the Gray Tempest here. They are the mid-crisis enemies. And they have definitely had the upper hand. I popped the L-Gate only 184 years into the game. Game years, that is. And that's, I don't know if that's early, but I was definitely unready for the aftermath. It definitely took me by surprise. It was fun, though. And this episode, I'm hoping to do a little bit more damage to them. And possibly, very possibly, beat the Grey Tempest. And then turn my attentions towards the last few outstanding enemies that are left out there. Plus the Leviathans. Alright, so let's speed time up. They have their borders open to me? That's hard to believe. Maybe it's because of the crisis event. I'm going to have to assume that's the case. All right, checking out piracy. Terminal egress is looking pretty good, actually. Trade path. Where does it start to get pirated? I'm actually curious. It has to travel, like, an insane amount of distance.
Upscaling complete.
It gets pirated somewhere along the way. At Syrian? I don't even know where that is. I'm not even going to bother because I can't protect it. Okay. So what I'm trying to do is get more alloys. The problem is they're very, very expensive. Now the good thing is I do have a few Titans rolling off the line. So that's exciting. And I'll actually roll out some more battleships as well. Now I have two different types of Titans that I'm rolling out. Twin Titans, I guess. And I hope that once I field them, I'll be able to change how this battle has been going for me. Let's check factions. Xenophiles, you are roughly the same size. I think
research actualized.
That
upscaling complete.
The conformitism, whatever, what is it called? I'll answer that for real in just a sec. Ooh, even more fleet command limit. Don't mind if I do. The conformists that I have set up aren't working. They got nerfed or something. Because although I look at all these guys, they're all conformists. Obviously, not all of them conform.
Research actualized.
Oh, these do, actually. But that's besides the point. More research. Ripper autocannons. Maybe. Or Strikecraft. I'll go with Strikecraft. Just in case I need to field some Strikecraft. Now, I'm using all of my influence to get these star bases, so I really don't want to lose them. In fact, I'll babysit this one. While I really hope that these battleships roll off the line soon. I know they're scheduled, I can't really influence that, but I hope that I get them before the enemies get me, is I guess what I'm trying to say. And selling off some of my excess.
Upscaling complete.
So I can buy as much as I can. This fight is going to be nasty. I already know that. Bunch of weak little pathetic. If we check relative power, everyone is now pathetic compared to us except for the two fallen empires. Literally everyone else is pathetic. In fact, we can go in deeper. Most of them are pathetic in everything. Some are pathetic, inferior in economic power. My economy, because I've gone tall, isn't as strong as it could be.
Upscaling complete.
Oh. The Quadrivox is equivalent in tech level. That's actually hard to believe, given how much focus I have on technology, but just because it says equivalent doesn't mean it really is. I could be leagues ahead of them and it would still sort of register as equivalent. So research grants ran out, and I definitely do not have the influence to put them back, unfortunately. One thing that reminded me is, I don't know why it reminded me, the art piece. What does this do? Gain access to an art monument decision that does amenities. Okay, that's actually not that cool. I'll do a festival across all my worlds for happiness, though. Now that also increases pop growth. I'm reaching a point where I probably don't want any more pop growth, because the issue is I don't have a place. I soon won't have a place for them. My planets are tapping out. I have 3 available housing in this homeworld, and we don't have space for any of them. Now I can start converting. In fact, I'll do that right now. I'm going to convert one of the agricultural districts to a city district, but there's only so many times we can do that. At some point, we'll actually not want to add any additional population. It will become, believe it or not, a problem. So I am going to sit my ships on the far corner of Kazan so that we can take advantage of our long range. We also did just roll out some battleships that will rendezvous here as well. Still waiting on those Titans, though. Now, if I really wanted to increase my fleet stuff, size, etc., I could expand my star bases and add some new star bases so that my fleet, my naval capacity increased. That's something I'll work on once this war is done. Not something I'm going to do before then, I don't think. Nope. All right, pop assembly cost, sure, we'll increase that. I'm actually curious, before I modify these robots, what do they do on Vrinn? Like, what are their occupations? Well, metallurgists? They produce alloys. Okay, that's good to know. You can't really change their job necessarily, so for them, more minerals, food, or energy credits from jobs won't really help. Housing usage might be nice. Robot upkeep might be nice. Yep. And let's change these robots around.
Situation log revised.
I only have 2 of them, so it doesn't really matter all that much. Here's another battleship. Rolled off the line, and we're about to get our Titans. That is pretty exciting. These Titans, I think, will dramatically change their success against these enemies. I hope. If they don't, well, that will suck. Put it simply. Alright. Titans are rendezvousing with the fleet. And I'll speed time up a bit. Check the balance of my economy. Now, at this point, I'm actually going to pause a second. I can cherry pick. I can look around for, let's see, exotic gas and rare crystal manufacturing and just get rid of it. So here's some exotic gas. I'm going to replace this with, I might not replace it. For now, I'll just destroy it. I don't need it.
Special project
and then I can do that to a rare crystal as well. Although we do have a little bit of unemployment as a result, but that's a worry for another day. And then here is some rare crystals. Boom. Done. And then moats. I can also get rid of another moat area. If I can find one that generates moats. And I do have to put these jobs back, but there's no point in having all these rare resources that I'm not currently using. If I don't have to pay for them, why pay for them? Synthetic crystals, mineral purification hub, food processing. I'm pretty sure I have a moat factory. Somewhere. Maybe I don't. Those are harvesting traps, not quite the same. Oh, here we go. Turns minerals into moats. Demolish. And then these planets that have a little bit of unemployment. The unemployment doesn't mean there is no jobs. The issue is there are no specialist jobs. So I can add a specialist job here. Like, this adds a specialist job. But that's not a building I particularly want. But I'll throw it in there just so I lower my unemployment. And I'll do the same over here with some other building. If I had the minerals. There we go. Galactic stock exchange might be nice if I had any thing. All right, let's see. Amenities. We're pretty all set. Alloy foundries. I think metallurgist jobs are second tier. So, yeah. Let me check. Is metallurgist jobs second tier? Yeah, they are. Okay. Perfect.
Upscaling complete. Upscaling complete.
Zoltar's mod just rolled out some more ships. This fleet is getting pretty big.
Upscaling complete.
Now, there's only one system left in this microverse. Micro galaxy, whatever you want to call it. Oh, they just want to give me free stuff. I'll take your free stuff. Okay, so it looks like I'm going to get rid of these Corvettes. It looks like one of the Titans have merged in, but I did not have room for another Titan, so I got rid of my Corvettes, and now both Titans and 16 battleships are all in this one big old fleet, and I think it's time for me to go smash up against them again. Because I'm feeling lucky punk. Oh, and then there's another battleship just kind of sitting here. I'll just roll that towards where I'll need it once I get crunched.
Upscaling complete.
Dram. Alright, here we go. Before we start, let me pause a moment. More minerals for miners. Okay. Oh god, they're all sitting on top of the... That's not going to be good, because I'm all long range. I broke from the campers here. And I killed all but 2 of their Titans and their factory. I did, however, in the process, lose my Titans. But hey, that was worth every penny to the front seat of that. And now I am selling off my worldly possessions to replace my ships as soon as I can. Oops, wrong. There we go. I want to get the Titans first because they have a huge bonus to a lot of things. They're really strong too. That never hurts. Alright, I just ruined the market and bought everything I possibly could.
Upscaling complete.
Alright, so the fleet is repaired, but they're not ready to go back yet. We'll wait until these Titans can be rolled out in support. Felt good, though. That battle felt good. I might not have won it, but I don't know. Alright, it felt pretty good. Colossus project is being offered. I will take it.
Situation log revised.
And another Ascension perk. So, Colossus Project is basically the Death Star. There's really no other way to describe it other than you get to blow up people's planets. I got the Ascension perk, but I might not use it. I might just make everyone subsidiaries. Because if I blow up everyone's planets, I create a power vacuum. If I make everyone a subsidiary, it's not so much a power vacuum as it is they just pay me tribute. And if I look here, they're giving me 1,300 energy credits per turn in tribute, which is why my income is so incredibly high, because they're all paying me taxes. The two things you can rely upon: death and taxes. At this point, I can get rid of this Corvette. Yep, okay. Just that Corvette design. I don't really need anymore. And making some Rapplar again. And just waiting for my fleets.
Upscaling complete.
But I have, at this point, utilized, just as a joke, I'm going to replace this with a trade hub. So I can get Fajantris's trade. But I've captured all of the territory basically possible here. Except for their home system. And their home system is coming. Alright, I can probably afford... Oh, I don't have 35,000. Just afford the little stuff, but alright. I'll have to do another Rapplar. Checking them by my research. Oh, they're almost done.
Research actualized.
Nice. Robo-mod points. Sure, why not? It's kind of a waste, actually. Let me redo that. Let me do mining station output. I do have, or engineering research from researchers. That's going to take a while, but that's probably, honestly, the best one to invest in.
Upscaling complete.
Looks like I am low on goods here. Alright, there's one Rapplar rolling out. Got another one coming out. See if I can't sell off enough to buy some more. No, I won't have enough. I am trying to basically mortgage everything to be able to defend myself. but it's expensive. Luckily, all the crazy amounts of taxes that everyone's paying me is all going to this purpose. Fleet command limit just went up. That's awesome. And Ascension Theory for another Ascension perk works for me. That way I'll have all but one until I finish Diplomacy Tree. My governor just became a substance abuser. Well, that's less than cool. I actually need some moats. Here I have a lack of housing. I need some minerals. Now, as you can see, having population growth isn't necessarily useful unless you are like a Gestalt consciousness or hive-minded, because they are gonna create population problems, overpopulation problems, and I'm starting to reach that. Ooh, lacking. Okay, let's get that for sure. Capital buildings are always awesome. Big bonuses. Market fee reduced another 10%. That's going to be swell. That makes buying this stuff a little cheaper. So now the market fee is only 10% out of the 30 because I am the market leader of the galactic market and I just got that research, so I can now trade without so much penalty.
Research actualized.
Without a tax, a sales tax. This is one of the last actual researches before the repeatable research, which is cool. I could just jump straight to the repeatable stuff, but I tend to like to get a little bit of everything if I can. Just in case I get some sort of curveball event where I need some tech that I don't normally use. Alright, here comes the two Titans, and then we're off to kick the remainder of the Tempest Shoal in the teeth. Alright, here's Titan number 1. Titan number 2. And I could wait for some more Roplar. I just queued up 2 more Roplar. I'm going to do that just so that I minimize my losses. This fleet's almost certainly strong enough to take them on and win. I just might have fewer losses if I add to the number. And if we look at the galaxy map, I own a lot. It's going to be fun once I don't have to deal with these crazy gray Tempest people wiping up the rest of the galaxy. In fact, if I check the victory conditions, I am now ahead of the Prosnakan Archivists. I'm almost in first. Victory is not possible during a galactic crisis. Okay, well, I guess I knew that. I'm going to have to pay the Piper for more exotic stuff. Let's buy some of that. We can afford that. 500 here and 500 there. Yeah, no problem. I got money to throw around like you would not believe, Mr. Game. Volatile ammo, reactive armor, focusing crystals, exotic gases. Yep, that about covers it. Alright, last 2 Roplar. I'm building some others, but these last 2 are what I'm going to bank before... Oh, 4 more. I'll make all 4. Patience is, after all, a virtue. I do need some consumer goods. So let's upgrade one of these buildings to crank in some more consumer goods. I'm pretty low on minerals too. I got to be careful not to go over my mineral cap because it's when you go tall, it's actually difficult to try to get minerals late game. I can start replacing these with mining districts. That might work because I don't. Oops, that was the opposite direction I wanted to. I don't really need the generator districts. And then that also means the... Do I have a nexus here? Yes, this energy nexus will get... I'll just disable it for now. Or demolish it. Because we're getting rid of all the generator districts. Okay, we're almost ready. We're getting the last 4 ships added. So here I'm turning a generator into a mine. So it's reading currently that I have more districts than I'm supposed to be allowed, but that's because it's changing districts, which is a little different.
Upscaling complete.
Let's make sure we don't bottom out on consumer goods anytime soon. I'll buy a big bulk of them. Here's our last 2 battleships heading to the fleet. And as soon as they merge in, we'll set everything in motion to finish this crisis. So there we go. Just because we can afford it, I'm going to make a few more 2 more Ropplar. Make this some sort of super fleet. That way we can take on the Leviathans in the galaxy. Easy peasy, no problem.
Incoming inquiry.
I still have some old anti-fighters that I might want to swap to Ropplar, because Ropplar is just definitively better at this point. But I am excited that I can see the
complete.
the end here, being able to wrap this up.
Competitors engaged.
Let me watch this. This has been a long workup. Oh well, we busted in pretty fast, and the ship's sitting there, died. So here's just their big factory station. Oh, and their factory cranked out a few ships, but I destroyed it, and they went all poof. All right. So the big advantage of getting all these worlds is all of these nanite worlds can be terraformed. Well, once I claim that one, can be terraformed and inhabited. So if I look at, like, let's say terminal egress, here's a 20 size world, a 20 size world. These all can be terraformed back into arid worlds and populated. Now I'm going tall, so I'm not going to actually use these worlds. But if you're going wide, these worlds are huge, huge, with a lot of advantages. So here, 25er, and there's going to be a bunch of 25ers. If I look at my where is it? I never use this. The expansion planner. Here's all the worlds that I potentially could expand to. 25, 23, 22, 21, 21, 20, 20. And these are all the nanite worlds. There is an Arctic world at Trijim here that's a 25 sizer. But as I said, I'm going tall. We're already pretty well over our admin cap, so they demanded tribute. I'm not even sure who exactly demanded tribute, but I'm inclined to say no. I'm not paying these silly little marauders tribute anymore.
Upscaling complete.
So I know I pissed them off, I just don't know which ones I pissed off. It was the ones with the funky ears. Nope, it wasn't you. I must have pissed off these guys. Yep, I pissed off these guys. So let's go head to their territory and establish dominance in the way I know how.
Competitors detected. Incoming inquiry. Upscaling complete.
Alright, so there's the enemy fleet that wanted to mess with me. And with my jump drives and access to the L gate, I can definitely get ahead of them. I'm trying to figure out where they're headed. They're heading to Rathador. I don't know how to get to... I don't know how they'll get to Rathador from there. They'll probably go up. Well, it's only a 7K fleet, and I have a 70K fleet, so a little bit of a joke.
Declared.
All right, at this point, I'm going to use my jump drives to sort of get closer. Oh, my home world needs jobs. Let's see. Yeah, I'll do a commercial zone. Ooh, I need food too. Ouch. I just noticed. Let's buy a buttload of it. Okay, so we need consumer goods. So I'll actually do that. I need food too, so what I'll do is I'll buy some of this, go to Dorfill, and put some farms in. And that ought to stem the bleed. But, alas, I am out of time. So, thank you all for watching. I finally beat the Grey Tempest soundly. It should be pretty quick for me to conquer the remaining independent empires other than the Fallen empires. And then I just have to tech up and take the Fallen out, as well as some Leviathans and stuff like that. But thank you all for watching. If you have any feedback for me, drop me a line. If you have any questions, I'm happy to answer, and I'll catch you all next time. Adios.